All right. Hey everybody, I think we are now live. It's just before, what time is it right now? It's just before 11 o'clock. I'm gonna hop on this live stream from my phone and see if I can't find it here. Hold on. Phone's being wonky. All right, give me a second here. So how's everybody today? Hope everybody's good. See if I can't hop on this live stream right now. There we go. Oh my god, I'm seeing myself. It's crazy. If I can't hop on this live stream right now. Alright. Well, give me a second here. I gotta go on my own channel, I guess. This is fun. Alright, so what we're going to be doing today is I'm going to be building this table. This is the big table I told you about in my video. Give me 1 second here. La 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 la. My channel. There we go. Now I can see my live chat without having to look up at my bloody screen all the time. Alright. So, hi everybody, how's it going? It's almost 11 o'clock. I thought I'd start up early and make sure I didn't have any technical issues when it came to putting this all together. So this is my 8x3 table. I was able to get it work. I told you about that in the video, showed it off a few times. I've got both ends here, and a foot on each end. You can't see that one's covered in crap right now. This is going to be sort of the zones at either end for books, dice, dead piles, what have you. It goes here. I'm going to frame that up with some paper afterwards. What I've got right here is my sort of a small layout of how I'm going to have the major road. These pieces that are right here, they're hard to see, but here they are. These are 8 and 11. This one has been cut at one end to kind of frame the where I want it to end here. This one is 8 inches wide all the way across. Basically, I measured out to be a little bit more than 2 rhinos side by side. So rhinos can fit, land raiders, even things like Baneblades can fit down this, although a bit tight. This one here is 6 inches wide. This one I'm going to do for side streets. I've also got the base from that building I built a while back. I'm going to use this just as a framing device as well. That way I can kind of see, I don't know if you can see it right here, kind of where I want this to be, so I can kind of make sure that I have room for the big buildings. Small ones can fit in there as well. So what I'm going to start doing first, after a parrot here, where did I put that? We're just going to take this and some white glue, and just pour that in there a bit. Oh, this is some of the older stuff. It's still pretty good. It just takes forever to get out. I'm just going to pour a whole bunch of this in there. Oh, that's going to take too long. And I'm going to use this to glue my, there we go. I'm going to glue my, these pieces down on. I have these small brushes right here. So I'm going to do first is flip this over and just put the glue on all around. Try and get it on as quick as possible so it doesn't have time to fully dry. And this will be the beginning of my table. I want it to fit nicely. I want to get to the edges here. This is, again, pretty easy stuff. This board here was bought at a dollar store a little nearby. It was $1 for 2 of them. So again, doing it on the inexpensive version. I don't want this to cost me an arm and a leg at all because, you know, I want to save the money for the models, right? Everybody loves the models. I'm just going to make sure I get these corners here. I don't want these things to start peeling up when I'm dry brushing the table. So I'm just going to get that into place as best as possible. Ooh, it's being difficult. Just going to put that like that and try and hold it down. The other reason I brought this is so I can do stuff like this. Kind of hold down the sides. I am going to need something else here. I didn't plan ahead for that. Here we go. Oh, damn it. All right, well, we're not going to use that. I just dropped that all over the place. A little clumsy that way. All right, get you back in there. I need something heavy. I'm going to use one of these here. And this is just to help keep down the sides. These are just some, while I wait for that to dry. That's basically what I'm going to have to do is do piece by piece. Meanwhile, I've got more paper here. We'll get these on afterwards. So basically, that's going to be create a main street, sort of on an angle. That way, we're not doing streets in the middle. For instance, the table that came out, the Games Workshop did the urban one, just the 2 streets down the middle. It's very cool, super highly detailed, but it's kind of the same table every time. This one's going to be the same, but I don't want us to be going down the same street. Boom, boom. Sort of like a perfectly aligned streets here, streets there. I mean, it's kind of boring. I want a little bit more dynamics to the table, so that's why everything's on an angle. The streets are going like this, right? It makes it interesting when you're doing, side by side. It also makes it fun when you're doing angled like this. And if you decide to do, short end to short end with things like you want to do major tank battles, it's a perfect way to do it. It makes things a bit more interesting that way as well. So waiting for that to dry up, I've got these things pushing the edges down so everything kind of sticks where it's supposed to, one can hope. And yeah, so I'm going to wait for that to happen. And while I'm doing that, I'm going to take another one of these bad guys, and I'm going to measure out another 6 inches here. Love these straight edges, they're perfect for it. 6 inches here. My pen is falling apart, which is sad because I like this pen. It's a Doctor Who pen. I don't know if you can see it. At the end, there's the TARDIS doing its little spinny thing. Wife got it for me for Christmas. It's fantastic. And then there's 6 inches right here. And go from edge to edge, or try to anyways. This way I just create another street that I can have my models zooming up and down. So this, hopefully getting that pretty straight. I think I am anyways. It could be totally off. I think I'm doing pretty good actually. That's not bad. And where did I put the scissors? I had scissors and now I've lost my scissors. Scissors, where are you, scissors? Scissors. Scissors, there's the scissors. Scissors. I'm just going to carve this up. We go through here, carve this bad boy up a bit. Have another street. There you go. That's another one. So we got a couple streets there, and that can be used for another little street there. I'm going to check on this. It seems to be doing pretty well here. I'll do a bit of trimming there. That's not a big problem though. Alright, yeah. That seems pretty good. Iron out a few little bumps here and there. That's okay though. I mean, it's supposed to be a destroyed city, so having bumps in the street is not the end of the world. What I'm going to do though is make sure that these corners stay down. I really don't want them popping up while I'm trying to do really don't want them popping up when I'm trying to dry brush them. Because next thing will happen, rip, or I'll catch a corner and then I got to try and glue it down while it's drying. All right, so that's pretty good right there. So the next piece, I'm going to do the exact same thing. Let's cover it, all the corners here with the glue. Let's go down the edges. I have really loud neighbors. It's also garbage day where I live, so we got trucks going by every 5 seconds. And we're just going to get this done. Get the middle done up. The middle doesn't matter as much, but you definitely want to get those corners down. That's what kind of matters the most. So we take this and we line it up as best as possible with this piece. And there we go, there's another one. Yeah. Found out, much to my chagrin, that this table, the 8x3, is, well, obviously it's longer than my dining room table, but it's also a bit wider, so I'm having to be very careful. It kind of wants to go over the edge a bit. So I have it kind of balanced as best as I possibly can. So I'm going to get that one down there. And I'm just going to take these scissors and trim off a little bit that's hanging over here. There we go. It doesn't matter too much that it's a bit over, because I am going to be getting masking tape and going around the edges. And that way, not masking tape, sorry, electrical tape. Let me go around the edges a bunch of times, and that'll give that nice black exterior, make it look kind of neat and tidy. Also protect the edges a bit, stuff like that. It's what we did on when I was building tables. We built a couple tables with my Manager Games Workshop years ago. We put that around. An easy way to just kind of give it a finish, make it look nice and polished, and then you don't have to worry about it. So the first one down here, the second one is on the way. Just gonna fix this corner here just a bit. I really don't want this. Let's get that extra glue out of there. I really don't want these corners coming up because that's gonna be a pain in the butt when I'm trying to do it later. All right, so I have a couple side streets. Once the main street part is done, then I'll do the side streets and go from there. All right, now any of these extra pieces I have here, these I'm just gonna cut out. This is actually from the end piece there. I'm going to use this possibly as, I'm not sure yet, 100%. I'll figure it out, maybe side street or cut it like that to have some sort of alleyway, something for troops to move down. I actually might also use it. That's actually a good idea. I'm a genius. No, I'm really not. What I'm going to do is I have a big hole right here, a bunch of holes. Some of these are easy to cover, but this one here, this one goes all the way straight through. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cover that up with this piece here, just to make sure that nothing falls through. Give it some, let the hole there. Not a big deal, but I don't mind there being dents and little holes, not holes, but gouges in it. It's supposed to be a destroyed city block, so I mean a little bit of destruction here there isn't a big deal. All right. So I'm going to just put the glue on this like I did everything else to make sure I get all the edges. And my fingers apparently, because hey, there's not glue in your fingers. At least it's not super glue. I'll put that right over top. Really easy. Work down the sides a bit. There we go. And we have a patch. Easy as pie. Except where I had my fingers. I can see where I had my fingers. There we go. So easy as pie. I'm going to take one of these and drop that on there. Just some extra weight. That's looking good. There's some little dents and nicks there, but that's fine. That's perfectly fine. I always find if you're trying to make it too perfect, you're just going to take forever. It's going to take you forever trying to get everything smooth, and it's supposed to be a straight city. If you're actually driven out roads, they're not smooth. Even freshly paved ones, there's cracks, there's dents. Especially this time of year in Canada, potholes are popping up everywhere. This time of year is just horrible for potholes here. Because the street cleaners, the machines are coming by, the plows, and they're picking up chunks of the street come off. It's horrible. Canada, especially in Ontario in the winter, sucks so bad. It's horrible. Move my mouse over here. All right. So this part should be mostly done. That looks good. Just these corners here, I just have to get them a bit more. And here. Really want these to stick. Extra glue doesn't matter. It's white glue. It's PVA. Not a huge problem. Now the last piece here, that one's going to have to get cut a bit more. So what I tend to do is just fold it along where I need it to disappear. I don't know if you can see that. What I'm doing is I just put a fold in the like that. So I'm going to cut along that line. That's the extra I'm going to cut off, right? So I'll do that right now. Make sure my table is all right. There we go. Extra piece, see if I can use that later. So this last piece here, it's going to fit right here at the end. I like that. I like that. I like that a lot. That is perfect. All right, so I'm going to glue that on now. So we'll get this all squared away. So I can get this all done up. Again, get the corners first. That's where it matters most, and then work your way inside. That way you're not wasting stuff. Now, this is paper. Glue is obviously watery, and it will make it bubble and so on and so forth. That's fine. Not the end of the world. I'm just going to line that up best I can on that road and smush everything down. And then put some weight on it. And see what we can do. See, that's the problem right there. I'm going to bring this back maybe just like that. There we go. Could have been bad. Too much weight on one side, that's fine. And as I said, this is kind of it's wider than I thought it would be. I thought my table was wide enough. It's, I think, a couple inches too short. All right, so that is coming up a bit there. So I'm going to just going to go along this edge here and try and smush that down a bit. I really want that patch to stay, especially since there's a nice big hole underneath it. And I really don't feel like having someone put a nice model in there and all of a sudden something falls through a hole. That would be no bueno. You know what I mean? No good. So this street's almost done. I'm going to give this a little bit longer to dry. And then what we'll do from there on in is I'm going to actually go build this way first. And I'll put down the base there so I can build my streets around it. I might put it over here too. Don't know if I have any more board anywhere or cardboard. So that might be it for now. See what I can do. Right? Because I want to build streets this way. I want to use that as a base so I know where things are. And I might even use some of the extra stuff and maybe build like a street off here and a street off there. I'm not sure yet. That is coming along nicely. And everything's nicely lined up. And what I'm going to do later on when I'm painting is I'm actually going to get the sort of the chevrons or the little yellow lines, whatever you call them, down the center there and on the other streets. So I'm going to make it look like an actual imperial city that's been ransacked, destroyed, whatever, you know. Something cool that my Marines, my Ultramarines and Space Wolves can fight over because I'm still working on that. It's been slow going, unfortunately. It's going to get even slower right now. I'm going to go into midterm soon. So when that's done, I'll be able to dive back into it a bit more. I'm almost done. I think I've got like 7 weeks left. So it's coming down to the wire, but it's almost done, and I'm so happy. All right. So I'm just going to move this off there. All right. Move this back over a bit. Fun of owning these tables. All right. So that seems to be down pretty well. I'm going to move these over here. Put them out of the way. I'm just using those as weights. They're empty. Phone or photo albums. So, and that passes down well. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put this right here. See how that works? So what I'll do is just have one like that. It goes to the edge. Have to cut off a bit there. And the other one will go here. I like that. And there you go. And that we have our two cities. We have buildings here. Yeah, I like that. That's good. I'm happy with that. So what I'm gonna do right now is just gonna line up, draw a little line where this table kind of ends. Cut that little corner off. Not a big deal. Something like that's perfect. Excellent, excellent, excellent. You're right there, perfect. All right. So again, grab the glue. All right. Just flip that over. And I'm gonna go across everything here, right down the side. So we can't get this all glued on. So we go to the side streets. And I remember looking at the old Cities of Death book with all their. I'm talking the old one, so it's the Cities of Death. I don't know, but it's the old one from back in the day, where the rules are very much different than they were now, because it was before the time of all their modular terrain, and just to see those cool cities with the destroyed buildings and wrecked cars and just. The level of detail that everybody went to was just fantastic. So there you go. That's down. Try and push these sides down a bit more. And then I'm going to put these on there. Try and squish everything down like that. Again, just go over the edges. Sometimes they might need a little refreshing. There you go. That's just a little off. That's fine though. Just a little extra something to slice off afterwards. So that's that one. Just going to give that a few minutes to dry. Let's checking this out here. We got 2 people watching now. Thank you. Whoever you guys are, thank you very much for watching. It means a lot to me. Put something up. Tell me who you are. I wonder who's watching. Let me know. All right. So I've got this part drying now. And this corner refuses to stay down, which bothers me to no end. Stay down, corner. There you go. That should hopefully stay a bit better now. All right. I'll put another one right next to it once these are out of the way. I'll have another side street here. Whatever piece I have over, I may put another side street right here. Just to kind of give it some, I don't know, some character over here. I don't want to be too asymmetrical, so I want to give some distance, but I did want a place where I can put this big base here for my building, because I do want some nice bigger buildings starting in the center, stuff that people can fight over, have firefights between, something to fight over, to give the whole board a sense of height and dimension instead of just going this way. I want fights to go up and across as well. All right, so that is pretty good. I like that. That's good. All right. Move this back over here. And so I'm going to move this back in the spot here. Take this one and do the same sort of thing. Kind of give myself a full there to follow. All right. I'm going to put the scissors. And we're going to go across this line here. Perfect. Nice, that's perfect. So I'm going to glue that down too. And that's another roadway done. bloody hair getting everything. Don't know where that came from. So I'm just going to go down this again, across the sides. That's where it's most important. I'm going to get some more glue. Let's get this done first. I love these little brushes. They're perfect for applying glue like that. They're foamy. They're made of foam. They hold the glue well. Let's get all over everything really quick. That. And there you go. We have 2 more roadways done for the city. That gives me something to do while I eagerly await the release of Guilliman. I can't wait for him to come out. I'm super excited for that one. That's going to be an awesome model to have. And there's just so many bloody rumors going around right now about that. It's hard to keep track of them all, but they all seem very, very cool. From what I understand, rumor-wise, so again, tons of salt with these rumors, that Abaddon is not going to make it, which is very weird to me. So either they're going to completely kill him off, which I really doubt. This guy, 10,000 years of angry hatred towards the Imperium and only be taken out right now on the eve of his greatest triumph. We'll see. I mean, he's already blown through Cadia. He's done more damage, I think, to the Imperium in this one crusade right at the offset. It's called the Gathering Storm, so I don't think his full crusade has even hit yet. He's already blown away Cadia. That's huge. The rumor is that he's going to be killed, and it looks like it may be Cypher that does it. Right? Apparently, bolt pistol to the face. Who knows? I don't know. That's a rumor. I don't necessarily think it's 100% true. Again, it seems very weird to me to kill off sort of the main antagonist, if you will, especially when you have someone like Guilliman coming back and all these other characters. So we'll see what happens there. The other rumors, apparently, there may even be, and again, this is a giant rumor, but you never know, they may be not killing, but removing the Emperor as a thing in 40K. I don't know what that means entirely. I've heard rumor that it could be that Guilliman, I was actually looking this up today, Guilliman might become the new Emperor, as the Emperor himself is scattered and destroyed, sort of. I don't know what that means entirely, but you never know. Like part of it may go into Guilliman, so Guilliman becomes this new Emperor-like being. Again, I'm not 100% sure. I don't know. We'll see what happens. But to kill off Abaddon right before his greatest victory, or right before, that just seems weird to me. Maybe it happens on Terra. Who knows? But it just seems kind of weird to kill him off. Unless it's something like Abaddon, as we know him, is gone, and it goes from there, and he becomes, say, I don't know, like a demon prime, a demon prince. Chaos. I don't think Chaos wants to give up on Abaddon totally. He's done a lot of stuff for him. He's gained the favor of the 4 Chaos gods. So I don't see him, boom, gone instantly like that. I don't think that's going to happen. I think more than likely he's going to be shot. His physical form will be dead, and then from there on out, it'll be something more akin to, oh Lord, we just made him a demon prince. It also goes to the reason that with someone like Cypher, who's kind of been all over the place. Give me one moment. It also stands to mean that someone like Cypher would be someone who may be a catalyst for that change. He's been on, I think, kind of been on both sides. You never really know. It's hard to say. But he could end up being this this catalyst. Maybe he is working for Chaos, and this is Abaddon. This is his way of getting rid of Abaddon. Just my phone going off. So this could be a catalyst. Maybe he is there to get Abaddon to the next level. Maybe Abaddon finally realizes, I can't do this in the form I'm now. A Primarch's come back. It's time for me to take it to the next level, become a Demon Prince. Maybe we'll see Abaddon the Demon Prince. Who knows? That's, for me, that's the way it would go. There's also rumors about Typhus taking over, which just seems weird. I don't know. It's tons of rumor. We'll see what happens this month when everything comes out. So there we go. So now we have a whole bunch of streets done up. You can see I fit this in here. I have other terrain I can fit in there. I have the beginnings of a city, several city blocks here, right? I'll put that patch here. That's good. So let me leave that open. I have some small buildings that can go there, here. The big building can go there. I have other buildings around here. It's all very cool. So the next step in this is to figure out what I'm going to do with the other side here. So I have some paper left. It's all very much dependent. Now I've got this big one here. I don't know how long this one is. Okay, it's about 8 inches too. So I may just use that as my thing. Now, where to put that? I could put that right there. Yeah, I like that right there. So I'm going to try and just bend that, keep it straight, and bend that. And that's to my ability. I think that works pretty well. Let's see how that ends up. That's pretty good right there. You bend that a bit more like that. What I'm trying to do right now is get myself a nice bend to the paper. Keep it flat. There we go. And this way, I can slice this off, put on another piece, another big street. I could cut this one smaller. I really don't feel like having to mess with, that extra 2 inches there. And it's, in case someone does decide, they want their big tank, they have a place for it to come down, right? So I'm just going to sort of put that right like that. There, perfect. And that little bit I can cut off there. So what I'm going to do is get some glue on this. Get the sides done like the other ones, just really quick. Get them done without gluing it to anything else. Get the middle coated properly. As heaven knows, I don't want this coming up. All right, so here we go. We got that done up. Oopsies. That's perfectly fine. Just gonna make sure I get this all lined up appropriately. Oh, I'm a little off. There we go. Perfect. So what I'm going to do now is pull this back over. So I really don't want this falling off on me. Oh, hello. Too far, too far. I'm going to put these on there like that. One like that. Pull it back this way a bit. That way they'll keep that down from popping up. And as I said, it's okay if edges do come up. I'm going to get sand, and then that'll be the sort of gravel surface on the inside. So it'll be the bottom of destroyed buildings, what have you, and it will cover up these edges a bit. So there's these smaller pieces here, which are perfect for end pieces over here. something like that, you can build sort of the basis for buildings. I might just carve a little thing that, just sort of a base for a building there. That's the thing, the only limitation you really have when doing this is what you're willing to do. It sounds kind of weird, but it's the truth, right? You can put these. I'm trying to use up everything, right? It goes in line with some of the videos I started doing earlier. Kind of building your terrain in an expensive fashion. My brothers here at Frost and Fist have done the same. Check them out; they're awesome. If you haven't already. So yeah, I'm going to make this. I'm going to move this back just a bit, and that'll be sort of just the base of a building, right? Nothing spectacular, but then I can paint it up to make it look like rusted metal or what have you, and kind of give a bit of a different texture or look to the table other than just sort of the gravel and cement that I'm going to do. All right? You want something a little bit different, or tables get boring. That's why I painted some of my stuff up in different colors to kind of give a difference. I don't want everything to just be, hey, look, it's, right there sounds good. Everything's gray, and I mean, it's the dark millennium, so everything should be kind of suitably grim, the grim darkness and all that, but it doesn't have to be the exact same color of gray or what have you. This bad boy is, I don't know what I'm going to do with this one. I'm running out of pieces here, but that's okay. Don't have to have everything. All right. So let's see here. No one said anything. Come on, guys, say something. Come on. All right. So I got that weighted down. I got that weighted down. So now I have my main street down the middle. 3 side streets here, a larger side street there, a basis for a building, just like a frame, or not frame, a foundation. That's the word I mean, a foundation for a building there. I left a bit more room just so I can throw down things like tank traps that I have and, other bits of free-floating terrain. This guy, don't know what to do with this guy just yet. That's the cool thing about this patch out of here. I just paint it up as a rusty or maybe cement or a rusty metal foundation for an old destroyed building or a pillar or a statue or something, right? Basically, limitation is my imagination, is what I'm trying to say. All right. And excuse me, this is only the second live video I've done. I did one the other day. It was sort of a test. I had my friend Richard from Tattoo for You help me out at the beginning because he's done this. I think he's done this a few times. He does a live thing on his Facebook page. He's doing these workout sit-ups. Fantastic. I'm super proud of you, Richard. If you do end up seeing this, you're watching it now. I'm proud of you, man. You just keep up that fight, all right? But so if I seem like rambling, it's because I'm still learning this process a bit, right? What to do with this last piece? This piece here is kind of done. I may keep this for later on. I didn't see enough for that. I don't know why that did that. Oh, thanks, Idic. Idic Beer 40K says, sounds good. Yo, thank you. That is my friend Nick. He is awesome. Check out his channel, Idic Beer 40K. Check out his Facebook. That guy is fantastic. Some of the stuff, he has a lot more. He's got a lot of experience in this, and he's just absolutely fantastic at it. I don't know why my phone did that. It literally went to Siri for absolutely no reason. And I haven't activated the whole Siri talk to me thing because I think that's ridiculous. I don't want to talk to my phone like that. So this bad boy here, I don't know what to do with this one. I may just cut that lengthwise like that, maybe build another small road here, I don't know. Or maybe a small road down at the other end. That could work. Another small little side street. That seems good to me. So do something like that. Yeah, that seems good. So what we'll do is we will sort of take this off here and we're going to just do a line like that. Sort of get a It's a number I don't recognize, so I don't call it. All right. And I get a smiley face from Nick there. All right, so I'm going to put a little side street maybe right about there. Line those up. Perfect. And then I just kind of put a little bend in it right there. Kind of get where my line has to go. And I almost crushed my TARDIS. I hate when I crush my TARDIS. It hurts. All right. All right, so we're just going to line that up like that. Works for me. Awesome. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these off. So I think we're pretty good. Oh, hello. See what happens? Balance is going to be an issue. I'm going to have to build something to kind of balance this out a bit. Because if you put enough models on here, it's going to just collapse all over the place. So a little bit more glue in here. Just a little bit, don't need much. And what I'm going to do now, let's get this last piece done. And there we go. Just flip this over like that and line it up so it's kind of like that. There we go. Boom. Make sure those edges are down. Best of my ability. I'm literally going to put this over there just to keep things flat and it won't weigh down the table. Get rid of these, don't need anymore. So, at this point, I now have a bunch of roadways done. That's awesome. I got a lot done with just a little bit of board. Yeah, no, that's great. I'm really happy with how that turned out. So I've got a nice little thing here, a little corner popping up there. That's the unfun part of this. Is making sure all your corners stay down. Nothing popping up. That's good. So yeah, so now I have right here the main drag. I don't know if you can see it. So everything's white right now, so it's kind of hard to see. But in the main street down the center here on the angle, I got a little frame here, or foundation. I keep saying frame. Foundation for a building. A couple side streets down here, a larger side street there, another one there. And basically what I'm going to do is I have these pieces left, so I'm not sure what I'm going to do with these. I might actually cut these up and use this to put sort of a flooring in that small white building I built at the last live show. I built that small one. I didn't bring it up with me. It's downstairs. I'd go get it, but then what beautiful face would you be able to look at? I don't know. So I'm going to put that down. I'll probably use that to fill that out, to give it sort of a floor so I can dry brush it and give it some, I'll put that down, put some sand down in the corners, some debris maybe, and then dry brush it up so it looks like there's actually flooring to the building and not just sort of nothingness, right? It adds some texture to the building, some realism. But yeah, so I'm very, very happy with that. Oh, that corner's not staying down. That's part of the problem right there. Get that corner. There we go. Stay down, you. Stay down. And there you go. So that is the main floor done. Put those back here. All right. How am I looking here? That's awesome. Sorry, I'm just trying to check out my screen, see everything's still running properly. I'm not 100% sold on this live stuff just yet. I've had a lot of issues with it starting and then stopping. Last week, I think there was 3 or 4 videos that went up where it was literally just black screen or me silhouetted because I was actually sitting at my table, at my coffee table, sitting at my computer trying to get work, and it looked like Richard from Tattoo for You said it looked like I was one of those guys on the news channel who's hiding from the mob, you know, in the witness protection program, trying to work out the problems. Even the last video, it caught me. I was talking with Richard on the phone, going, "What's going on? Why isn't this working? What's happening?" And it actually went live. It finally worked out, which is nice. So yeah, that is the beginning of the table. I have everything worked out now, the basis for it. The next step will be to go get more of this sort of cardboard and do a frame on each end, just an inch thick frame on each end of this. I got the 3x1 here on each end, which will be again, as I said, where dice go, books, models, stuff like that. It'll also probably be. I'm not 100% sure yet. I may actually try and do like hazard striping in it, just to kind of give the end of the board some character instead of just painting it gray or what have you, or making a match. So it'll have some hazard striping maybe. It is a war zone, something cool like that, just to give it some character. I don't want the center of the board to be all nice and then these ends that are just kind of boring and empty. But yeah, so I think, unless anybody has something to say, oh, something came up here. Yeah, all working fine. Thank you, Nick. Awesome. But yeah, I think I'm going to end that there for this day. I've been doing this for about 40 minutes now. So 40 minutes of work, and I got this all done, and I'm happy with that. I'll be doing longer ones later, and then next Monday I'll be getting back to doing my normal videos. Hopefully have something done for there we go. I'll hopefully have something done for my Sons of Rust and Guilliman. I haven't really had a chance to work on any of that stuff. This weekend was nuts with homework, so that's all I did. Getting reports done, stuff like that. So I'm going to sign off for there, guys. Thank you very much for everybody who watched. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it didn't bore you or anything like that, watching me talk while building this table. I will get better at this. And it will be a lot more fun as it goes along. This is just the first step. I've got the main portion of the table done. And actually, that fits in there too. Perfect. Even trying that, I got that to work properly. And it doesn't really fit there, but that's fine. I have some places where I can put the large building. I can even maybe fit it back here. Yeah, I can put this building pretty much wherever I want, which is nice, even back here. Which is good, because that's the biggest, that's the building I have that has the biggest template, because it is on here, the biggest footprint, I should say. But yeah, that's it, guys. Thank you very, very much. This is literally the first official long one I've done. And thank you, Nick. We'll see you later. Thank you very much for everybody who watched. And as always, I'll see you next time. See you later. Let's see if I can shut this off now.